Hi guys, it's me, Angie. Just going to go over how to do the sliders. So we have clicked on SA Sliders on your admin menu. We're going to click on Open Positions. So that will open the editing window for your Open Positions slider that shows up on the home page. This is inconsequential to you. There's nothing that needs to be changed right here. Or on the side menu, there's just a bunch of stuff that shows you how it's going to look and what it's supposed to do. So just ignore those. Your main concern is going to be right here. Hopefully you have this showing. If not, you might click on this little arrow if it's hidden. It says slides right here. There's a little down arrow. You just click it and it will open for you. What I have here is the slide number 1. There's also, if you scroll down a little bit more, slide 2 and slide 3. They just stack up on each other. So you click on it and it'll open that slide. This is the code I was talking about. It looks like it's hard to read, but it's really not. You'll understand it once I get into it. These are HTML codes. They're called tags. It tells it what it needs to look like pretty much. So you have your job title right here, and you can recognize that. That's what shows up on the web page. And it has strong tags, which just means it's going to be bold when it shows up on the home page. You have your location right here. This is just a soft return. It's like if you hit shift return, that's what that is, but it's just code. This right here is the link to the job description, to the full job description. It says view position, but this is the code behind it. This is the page where it's going to go. So this is pretty much the job page that you create when you add a job. Okay, so whatever title that you have for the job that you just listed, these are the words that are going to be that title. That title will be Revenue Accountant - Denver, Colorado. This, you will need to add the dashes in between the words if you want to just do it this way. If you want to copy and paste what the code, what the link looks like, you can go over here to where your job listings are and view that job just to see what the link is. It'll show up in the address bar of your browser. Anyway, but the easiest way is just, you know what it's called, and just put dashes in between it. And it doesn't have to be, it's just all lowercase. It doesn't have to be, it's not case sensitive. So there's the link. Pretty much that's it. You have your title, again, your location, and your link. Those are the only things that need to change. If you're deleting a job, you would go from the front of this code right here all the way to the closing tag. It says div. It's a div. It's what we call it. This whole thing is one div. So you have the opening div and the closing div. You have a backslash right here. So if you want to remove one job, that is how you would do it. You just select this whole thing. Now, if you're just replacing, say, this job, and you want to add engineering job right here, you would type in drilling engineer. Okay, and let's say Fort Worth, Texas. Just for giggles. We'll just do an example here. Okay, so this would actually change right here, because I'm assuming you're going to name it the same way. So it would be drilling - engineer - and if there's if it's two separate words, Fort Worth, which it should be, there would be a dash in between Fort Worth, and then a dash and Texas, TX. So that's what you would change if you were deleting the previous job that was there and adding a new job. Okay. I'm going to undo all of that. Okay, so that's back to normal. Now, with this, what you'll want to do, if you have several jobs that you want to add, and you have at least 5 jobs that you want to add all at once, I would recommend duplicating the slide. So you're not working really hard on this. You don't want to work that hard. So you just duplicate, you hit this button right here, and it'll duplicate that slide. And then you would just go in and change all of the jobs to the new jobs. Okay? So if you weren't taking off any jobs, right? You're just leaving them all on. You're just adding new jobs. Wait till you have 5 jobs, add a new slide. So you would duplicate the slide and then just change out the information, if that makes sense. If you're just wanting to add one job, I think probably you could add it to the bottom of this, but that may get tricky. I don't want to confuse you with all the code. So if you can hold on to them until you have 5, I don't know how fast you guys get new jobs. That's something we could talk about. I would assume that we could probably add a couple more jobs on here, because the way that it looks on your home page, you would have enough room probably to add a few more down here. It would maybe 1 per slide, or just however you think it'll look okay. But you can do that. The only other thing that I would say before you leave, be sure and update. So you would scroll back up and click on the update button right here. And I think that's about it. That's the only thing I can think of. If you have any questions, let me know. Give me a call. I'll be here. Thanks. One last thing that I kind of forgot. I would suggest when you're replacing or adding a new job, if you want to copy one job and paste it, do a Control-C with it highlighted from div to div, and then hit enter and then just paste it underneath. That's one way to add a new job to the bottom of it. I didn't make that very clear when I was doing this. Also, this bottom line right here, this bottom div, needs to stay at the bottom. So don't do anything below this. But that should cover that pretty well. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.